I've been editing videos for over 25 years, and one thing remains the same. Good music makes a badass video. I'm going to take you through every step and consideration you should take to taking music into your video projects and having them be successful. Step one is going to be, how do you pick a good song? How do you know it's good? How is it appropriate? Is this going to work for your project? Step two, how do you use this as a creative tool to write your project? This is going to bring a whole project together if you're using music in pre-production. Step three, how do you actually use this inside your videos, inside editing? There's actually important stuff you need to know. And at the end of this video, I'm going to explain where you can find good music affordably. So let's dive in. Step one really is choosing your music. There's a lot to consider when you're choosing music for a video, but the main thing you need to be thinking of is who's watching the video. Let's say you're 20 years old, but you're making a video for a 60-year-old audience. Your client is really gonna only have this in front of 60-year-olds. You probably need to have a very quick thought of what type of music do they listen to. You really can't be putting music that you love in every project if it's for a client that has a specific age range or culture that the music is going to correspond with. If your videos are purely about entertainment, then it is all about the music that you like. So not every video needs more than one song. If you are doing a brand video that's 2 minutes long, you probably can get away with one song. You're going to need to find something that is going to nail it. The mood, the feel, the pace. All of these things are going to be vital because when you're making a video, it needs to have a story. It needs to have an arc, and music does that. So it's very important that you're actually listening to not just the beat or just listening to the genre. There are other elements inside the song that are going to really help you when you're selecting your song for your video. You could spend a lot of time doing this. It's actually pretty crazy the amount of time that could go into finding the song for a video. There are a lot of genres to go through, and you can use a genre as a risk in a video. If you use something that's cinematic with more like orchestra type of cinematic music, where it's a little bit more unexpected and it might bring some value to a project, that could be a risk that's worth taking if it's different than what's usually done for the type of video you're creating. But at the same time, you could take a risk and find something that's cinematic that has beats that are more modern. That could elevate the whole entire edit and be more fun to edit as well. But it's like the music is going to drive value into the video. The reality is music is the backbone of a video. Viewers enjoy feeling the video. You can feel emotions through the music that literally add value to the imagery of the video. The reason that you're selecting music before you've edited or shot the video and you're going into your edit is because step number two. Step number two kicks ass. If you have found a killer song for a project in pre-production, you are able to write your script or interview questions, depending on the type of video, but you are able to listen to that song on repeat and start writing. You can visualize, okay, this is my shot list. This is the sequence of things I'd like to see edited to this song. You are developing a video in your mind by listening to your really good song you picked. The crazy thing is, when you do that, it flows quicker. You're able to work faster. It's cohesive. The video is actually going to be super good because you've taken the time to put the elements together that are important for the arc of the story inside your video. You got a good feel to the song. You've got the ability to now write. I have written very good brand videos, scripts to the song in a couple loops. I mean, like 4 or 5, You get the framework. Everything's rewritten, but you get the framework. And the ability to get all of that creativity done through the use of music is really powerful. So once you have that script, then I love doing this part, you can present that to a client. So let's say it has a voiceover, it's 2026, you could take that script, you could take it to 11 Labs or Artlist or wherever you want to use, and you can take that script, make a voiceover, find the appropriate voiceover tone to match the music and overall vision, take the music, take the voiceover, spend an hour, right? Like, this is a really fast process. Take that together, and you have the ability to show that to your client. And that client is going to have their mind blown because they're going to feel the video. They're going to envision what you're telling them. Hey, this is the shot list that goes with it. You can hear the voiceover. Here's the music. And that really starts to bring the project together. It brings expectations of what that finished product might feel like. Super cool part of the process. So by using music, it makes your job easier, but it also makes your clients have value add. I mean, that's super crazy when you can have a presentation that you can feel and get emotional with. It also helps on sign off for larger projects, where if you're able to show that into the department you're working with in a business, they're able to show that to decision makers that are their bosses. And there's a lot of actual productivity that comes out of the presentation you put together. So that's a really important step. Now, there's a small step I should throw in here. You can actually listen to this music when you're driving to go to this project, just on shoot day. Like, hey, I have a feel for what I want this to look like. You know, like, you could stay in that frame of mind and use that music as a part of the creative process. If you're not interfacing with a client and you're working by yourself, you could throw your song on your phone, throw it in your back pocket while you're shooting, and you could just continue to feel the different paces of the song and like actually match your camera movement with the music in real time. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. And remember, this is all just because you picked a good song before you started shooting your video. But the next step is bringing that music into the edit. All right, so once you've actually gone and used the music in pre-production and possibly in production, listening to it, staying inspired, you go into the edit and you finally have the first chance to listen to your music and bring footage in. For this example, I'm just going to show you how to use the music, what you're actually looking at when you're using the song. There's a few easy things to do because you have this visualization up here or down here on your timeline that has waveforms. It's a visual way to see what is going on in your music. In this song, you could see that it is pretty loud and aggressive because it is near the top. Here, let's zoom in so you really see. So generally, you will not have your audio track this tall, but I'm doing this for visual purposes. So can you see right here? There is a hard line. That means that song is going to just start. And do you see how the waveform is riding this top edge here? That means that the music is pretty aggressive and strong. And then all of a sudden, it dips down here, and we're losing a lot of the instruments. And then you can see there's some high peaks here. We'll get into that in a minute. But let's listen to what this hard edge sounds like when it starts. So you can hear there's a sound wall. There is like a lot of instrumentation and layers that are filling that waveform. Then let's go down here a little farther. So now you have a beat. A beat is clearly one of the most fun things to edit to because you can make hard cuts and you can really accelerate the story and feel of video while you're hitting those points. Then you can see this song dips down. And let's listen to going from this full sound that you can see writing the top here to dropping off. What's that sound like? So now you have a backbeat. This really shifts the speed of the video, but then it comes back. This song is awesome to edit to. All right, but then the last one had more of a backbeat. Now listen to these peaks right here that you could easily cut to. And to show you how fast you'd be able to, if you zoom in on your timeline and you had clips, you can chop right here and you are right on the beat. So let's see what these sound like. So that's my music workflow inside video production. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways you could approach it, but that's worked for me really excellent. So being able to use it in pre-production with the client, in meetings, and specifically how to use it, those are all things that are a good system, that are repeatable, and you could do for tons and tons of projects, and it really flows. It's great. But one of the tricks is licensing. You listen to great music, you enjoy it. Commercial music kicks ass because there's artists behind it and they spend a lot of time perfecting it. It's their craft, we enjoy it. Royalty-free music doesn't quite sound like that. And licensing of commercial music limits creativity. There's really just this roadblock in using and choosing music that you would love to use. So obviously it takes a lot of effort to find the song that you want on royalty-free websites because there are so many dang songs. There's also so many video creators using that same batch of music. So the issue becomes, I don't want to have the same song as something that I've already seen. And I also want it to sound like commercial music that I like. This has been my reality my whole career, and that's why Tones Video exists. It is very curated music that you want to use. That's the whole point. So instead of having 500,000 songs, we have hundreds of songs. And the songs are in collections built for video types and video styles. So this is very much brought down to the solution and not so much another provider of mass questionable music. So I've used all of the services previously. I still use them. There's a use case for it. But if you're making a high-end brand video or you are trying to stand out in your video career and match the level that you aspire to, Tones does that. It matches the vibe, the feel, the on-trend of commercial music, but it brings it to the video creator level, which is really crazy. So I am super stoked to share that we have 5 free songs. You can try them out. They're all very different feels, so you'll definitely get different uses out of the music that is available. And it is very affordable if you decide to sign up and use the music in your videos. So that is a little bit about the realities of the licensing side. But this is my workflow that's worked forever, and I'm super stoked to see if this helps any of you. So feel free to leave a message. I will respond to you. And enjoy the process, man. Music is a really important part of video making, and excited to be a part of that story for you.